Right, are we live? Are we live? Let me know in the chat. It's time to do community. It's the time for community raid hour. It's the time for my last community raid hour of this current season. But season 2 is fast approaching. Season 2 comes when lockdown 2 comes, and that's not an if, but a when. And now let's stop talking about the current times. Anyway, what's the chow, chinchows? LanturnJoe here. Welcome back to another episode of Community Raid Hour. Today, as Milk Tank behind me will show you, it is Farmyard Animal Day. So, let me show you the team I have for today's Community Raid Hour. We have got Milk, the Bouffalon. We got Milk, the Milk Tank, representing a cow. We have a Bouffalon for bulls. We have a farmer's dog in Yorkshire, definitely a representative of a farmer's dog. We have sheep. Here's a double to prove we have sheep. You could also farm rabbits. So Lapunny is here. That is very much a thing you could do. You could farm rabbits. Rabbits live on a farm. I've seen rabbits live on farms. They usually steal the food. They usually steal food, but they do live on farms. And also, you could have horses on a farm. So, you take your horse on the old town road. So, Mudsdale's here. Farmyard animals. All of these work as farmyard animals as far as I'm concerned. You could even put Soul Valley in there if you wanted to. I would probably say there are better Pokemon like Mudsdale that would represent horses better, but and Tauros is also a good Pokemon to have to represent cows and bulls and buffalo. So those are things you could definitely do as well. But this is the team I have gone with. I believe the other people are doing other things. I know someone's doing something with Shiny Lapras. I know someone's doing something with baby Pokemon. I'm doing Farmyard Pokemon today. But join me on the raids. That's why I say join me on the raids. Let's get on out there and get raiding. We have a Shinx raid. Let's get on out there and do this. And whilst we are doing that, whilst we are getting ready to raid for the Shinx raid, our first raid of this week's Community Raid Hour, I am going to put exclamation mark tweet in the stream. Wake up, Nightbot. I'm going to start with double. There you go. I'm going to start with double. So when Nightbot wants to wake up, wake me when Nightbot wants to wake up. We will also be doing some other streams in the next few weeks as well. I'm doing a live, from October the 11th, I will be doing a live Nuzlocke of Pokemon Couch version, a game made by the community that supports the Core 4. Of course, that is Ryan, King Fourfish, Frank, Asteroid Mania Videos, Vinny, aka Original 151, and of course Dylan, aka United Gamer 101. So their community made a game. It is called Pokemon Couch version. I've seen other YouTubers play it. I'm going to be playing it, and I will be doing a live Nuzlocke, and you can join us 8 PM till 10 PM every Sunday night from the 11th of October. There you go. So that is a thing that is happening. So get excited for that. We do have the Pokemon Christmas sleep block, our second sleep block that we have done this year, and it will be live December 19th. Or Christmas Day if Lockdown 2 happens. Whatever comes first. So that's a thing that will be happening too. So you can join us December 19th or Christmas Day if Lockdown 2 happens. I will talk to you guys about that event and what that event will entail closer to the time. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, it's December 19th. December 19th is the day I'd like to set in stone. But if Lockdown 2 happens, I don't want to say that Lockdown 2 isn't going, and I need to provide content since Christmas TV won't exist. I know us YouTubers have to be the ones who provide content for it. I want to prepare myself for it, Phil. Because, Christmas TV won't exist in the way it was supposed to exist this year. The Queen's speech will not be recorded this year. There won't be a church service for midnight mass. There won't happen. All these things won't happen. So I need to think of ways that I can provide all this information, all this entertainment that would normally be provided by telly, but won't be provided by telly because of the current times. So I need to think about this. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. I need to think about this because, Christmas TV won't be the same as it was previous. Top of the Pops won't exist in the way it did. In previous years, yes, Top of the Pops doesn't really exist, but Christmas Top of the Pops still kind of exists and always does, and always, is usually on Christmas TV. Hello there, Libero. It's been a while. Welcome back to the streams. Welcome back to Community Raid Hour. It's a shame this is the last Community Raid Hour for me, but welcome back to the streams. Today my theme is Farmyard Animals. That is the theme I have gone with. If you would like to also do the theme, you can do the theme. That is a thing you could do. I really don't think Nightbot's here. I'm gonna go and do. I'm gonna log in on Nightbot, and then try and get Nightbot to come to my stream. Allow. Part channel. Join channel. Probably should body slam here. Not gonna earthquake because that'll kill everyone. Yes, you probably can do what Nightbot does. Can you tweet out the link to the stream? Can you do that? Can you do that, Phil? In fact, if I put the quick to tweet link in the chat. Could I, could I get people to tweet it out? I mean, because that's probably what I'm going to do. Where is the click to tweet link? Where is quick to tweet? I gotta go and find the quick to tweet link. I mean, I've done a few things in Animal Crossing today too. The art wing has opened to my museum, so now I can accept art. Yay, purple beam! Ooh, electric raid. I'm okay with that. That's interesting. This is the click to treat. Quick, click that. Tweet the stream. Tweet the stream, or I get kicked from the. Oh, hi, Nightbot. You decided to finally do your job, did you? Took you long enough. Took you long enough, but there you go. Nightbot finally decided to say, "Hey, I want to do some work now." I gotta stop insulting Nightbot. They'll come after me eventually. So yeah, I gotta stop insulting Nightbot, really. Let's bring. Who should we bring to this raid? Out my 6. Mudsdale. There you go, Mudsdale. Let's bring Mudsdale to this raid. Let's bring Mudsdale. But how's your week been? Let me know in the chat how your weeks have been. We will have an episode of Pokemon Royale version going up for you guys later on tonight. There is a Nintendo Direct Mini tomorrow, 3 o'clock UK time. It is a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. God damn it, Nintendo, would you please get a better name for what these directs are? Please call them, I don't know, Nintendo Partner Showcases. It's a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. You know, it's a long, complicated name that does not fit well into a tweet. So please think of a better name that fits well into a tweet. You know, we have 150 characters, and you've taken most of them by calling your partner showcase that. So it's hard to put a link together. So please consider changing the name of your partner showcases to something that's more appropriate for Twitter. I'm not complaining. Or at least show me a game I'm actually interested in. That would also be a really good idea. But there's not been a lot of games that I've been interested in from these mini partner showcases. Speaking of it, there are new games on Nintendo Switch Online. They did come last night. So there are new games on Nintendo Switch Online. So there is 3 new games on the SNES app and 1 new game on the NES app. Diddy Kong 2 is one of them. So that's a pretty... Donkey Kong Country 2 is a really good game. Could people stop using Earthquake? My Mudsdale! My Mudsdale! Don't use Earthquake! It affects everyone! My Mudsdale! My beautiful, beautiful Mudsdale! Stop doing Earthquake! You're going to ruin this entire raid for everyone. You know, I look at my TMs before every community raid hour. I use high horsepower instead of earthquake. I try and teach high horsepower, bulldoze, dig, earth power even. Yes, Lantern would hate it when you use Earthquake, but Lantern can't survive an Earthquake. This little thing does not like Earthquake. You don't like Earthquake, do you? No, you don't like Earthquake. You also don't like my green screen. Because, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He does not, he's on the green screen. He does not like that. But you don't like Earthquake. That's my point. You do not like Earthquake. Yeah, Green Lantern. He is the Green Lantern. Doesn't work. I can't put my hand towards it and gain power though. That's not how it works. Unless I got a maybe if I got a ring, it would work like that. I need to get a ring now. Hey, my Mudsdale's back. And the Heatmore's back. Now, can people stop using Earthquake so that my Nudsdale can stay around for a bit and, I don't know, do a move? I'll do a superpower. Yeah, there you go, a Rock Tomb. That's a fine move. That doesn't hurt everyone. I would love to feint the person who's using Earthquake, but I think they're the one that Dynamaxed, so I can't feint them. Unless the Excadrill also used Earthquake. I guess I could have feinted the Excadrill if I got back, if I was able to get a move in. Ooh. Is that a Dedenne? That's a Dedenne raid. Okay, Dedenne's fine. I like Dedenne. I'm getting a more electric. Where I am right now, I'm getting a lot of electric type Pokemon, which is fine. It's very fine to get a lot more, of electric type Pokemon, or maybe there's just a lot more electric type Pokemon and coming through the spawn rates. I'm not sure what raid events are going through right now, but I seem to be having a lot more electric type Pokemon from where I am raiding today. And yes, last week I was in a different location that had a lot more grass type Pokemon. And so I want a variety of different Pokemon every week. That's what I'd like from the community raid hour. I might have a beer after I stream. Okay, so where do I... let's bring Buffy in. Let's bring Buffy, my Bouffalont, in. Buffy, my beautiful Bouffalont. The big bad Bouffalont that is named Buffy. Head charge! Buffalon's signature move. There's a lot more 3-star raids here. I'm learning. Yes, this thing knows Earthquake. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use Head Charge and other stuff too. So I don't end up using Earthquake. I'm not dumb. Yeah, sure, Earthquake's a great move and a lot of Pokemon learn it, but I'm not going to use it. We need more 5-star raids, I will admit. We do need more 5-star raids because this needs to be a challenge. These raids have been going thick and fast. I could make a joke there, but I won't. Because YouTube will take me down if I did, so I won't. I won't make the joke because it's not child friendly. But there's a joke I'd like to make there. I also make a kind of joke that's like that in Pokemon in tonight's episode of Pokemon Royal version too. Kind of. Because in that episode of Royal version, we are rescuing. We are trying to rescue our sister Alice. But I do say it's not going to take us 24 years to rescue Alice. If you get the joke, you get the joke. If you don't get it, don't even try. But like, if you get the joke, you get it. Ooh, Purple Beam. Nice. So if you know the song, you'll get the joke. If you don't know the song, you won't get the joke. So then you won't understand the joke of it. It won't take us 24 years to rescue Alice. Alice? Who is Alice? Let's bring Lopunny to this raid. I feel like the community is a bit back at the, actually people are raiding with me today, which is good. Because last week was awful. It was just me and Phil for the entire hour. It was really bad. And like every raid, it was just like me and Phil and then like 2 computer players. This week is a lot better than that. I just changed raid dens. I can change raid dens again. I can change raid areas if you want. We could go back to the wild area if you need. If it would get us some better raids, I would consider going back to the wild area. So that is something we could do. We could go back to the wild area. I'm not suggesting it's an idea. I'm just saying it. No, Pokemon don't follow me there, which is kind of annoying. I mean, we know nothing about the wild of the Isle of. We know nothing about the Crown Tundra yet, but Nintendo, Game Freak, if you're watching me, please let Pokemon follow me in the Crown Tundra. Please let Pokemon follow me, the Crown Tundra, and don't make it an unlockable feature that we didn't even know about until the very end. Make it available to us from the very beginning of the Crown Tundra. It'd be so much cooler if it's available from the beginning and we knew it was there because it carries over from the Isle of Armor. So, do it. But again, we know nothing about the Crown Tundra as of yet, so we know a tiny few things, but like nothing amazing. I think we are overdue a Pokemon Presents. Or a trailer, or we're overdue something. I think I might change raid areas after this raid, because right now we're just getting a bunch of really awful raids. Let's change areas after this raid. I am aware of this. By the way, what do you guys think of what do you think of the new Mario game? And the fact that it is emulated. What do you think of that? Because that's been going around on Twitter, and there's been some serious drama going around on Twitter because of the fact that people are kind of annoyed that it's emulated. But then again, there's people who are championing the fact that it's emulated and are using interesting ideas. Now we know that there is an emulator that does run natively on Switch, and because of that, they are starting to see if there's other N64 N64 Wii and GameCube games that can run natively on Switch. I have played Mario All-Stars. It's a game that I will probably play a lot in handheld mode and not like, desktop mode, record a lot, but I have played Mario All-Stars and I do like playing Mario 1 through Mario All-Stars ways. It's pretty good to do that. Right, let's change raid areas. Because this is getting a bit too easy. It's a different variety, but it's still a bit... It's a bit more easier. I mean, it's a possibility that the people who have got hacked Switches could find a way to get the Wii and GameCube Fire Emblem games working on Switch. Via the same emulator that Mario Sunshine is working in. God damn it, I changed raid dens to get more than a 3-star raid. Still gets a 3-star raid. I've played a bit of the Lost levels. I'm not very good at the Lost levels. It is a It is a challenge, and I can see why Nintendo didn't bring it to the West when they originally, and decided to bring Puyo Puyo Panic to the West as Mario 2 as a Puyo Puyo Panic game. So I'm glad they decided to make Mario 2 the way they made Mario 2 because, well, it is very hard. But it's still a good game. The Lost Levels is still a good game. I'd probably say Mario 3 is my favourite out of the classic Mario trilogy. Yeah. Because it's more like the Marios I know. You know, with the outer world maps and stuff like that. That's the more the Marios I know. And that's the Marios I enjoy playing. Although I do like Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, I guess. And so those are good games too. I don't think I ever played Galaxy. I played Galaxy 2. I've got Galaxy 2 right back there on my bookshelf. But I've never played Galaxy. So that could be rather interesting to play Galaxy. I think I might have to go. I think I will probably get it digital though. That's the thing with the Mario 3D All Stars games. I think it's best to get it digital. Physical is a thing you can do. It's just that physical is really hard, and I feel like to get a hold of physical games these days is really hard. So I would suggest. Digital is the way to go for these games and for any games that you have. So now would be a good time to go and get a bigger SD card for your Switch. So, you know, that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be taking this time to do whilst we're waiting for Mario 3D All Stars to come out. You should be going to go and get a bigger card for your Switch so you can afford to buy more digital games. Because, you know, it's what we're going to have to deal with in the future. It's possibly what the Switch Pro is going to have, like no cartridges. And be more, or this new Switch that that everyone keeps on talking about is possibly going to be like a digital only Switch, and because of that, they might be able to put a better Tegra X1 chip in there and have more memory, but you know, it'd be but not have like handheld mode and stuff like that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but there's ideas. There's talk about a Switch Plus. I'm not saying it's big. I'm just saying it's unnecessary. I think it's probably unnecessary. So you could possibly have. You could probably fit more games if you didn't. They could probably do better games if they didn't have the game card slot. They don't need a game card. It doesn't really need a game card slot if they're all digital. So maybe able to do better things if it's with an all digital Switch. I'm not saying 4K is possible. Those people who say 4K is possible for my Switch, I don't know. Simulated 4K, definitely possible on a Switch. Not native 4K. That's not possible. It can't be possible. I swear it can't be possible. But like simulated 4K, that's definitely feasible. But not native 4K. And there's a lot of talk about this new Switch Plus that everyone keeps on talking about could be simulated 4K. Which would be good. If it would be cool if that's the case. I don't know about native. I don't think native 4K would be that good though. Sadly, it won't be as good as like the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, the non-digital PlayStation 5, because those can do native. Those can do 8K, and that's native 8K. For Series S and the all-digital PlayStation 5, they can't do that. Because they are the cheaper models. But they're still pretty good. I mean, if there was good games coming out, I would probably end up buying a Series S because I'm an Xbox guy. I've been an Xbox guy ever since the first Xbox came out. I still have my 360. I have an Xbox One S underneath the desk. I had an original Xbox. I had the Crystal one, which was see-through, and it was really cool. And I haven't had a PlayStation in so long, so I think I've just literally become an Xbox guy, and I'll always be an Xbox guy. Not that I'm saying that PlayStation guys suck, I'm just saying that, I'm an Xbox guy. There's nothing wrong with that. We can all get along in the world because gaming is amazing. Gaming wins. You don't have to choose. Just choose gaming. I would probably... Depends. I mean, money is what money is. I can afford a Series S right now, so I would probably go and get a Series S. I can afford a Series X, but I prefer not. I prefer not to spend that kind of money, because that's a big spend. Unless I was like buying a new PC. That's the kind of money I would use to buy a new PC, not the kind of money I would use to buy a new games console. Because that new PC would be more better for me because I could do more with the new PC when it comes to my videos. With a new games console, all I can do is play games. Play games better, maybe, but with a new PC, I can do so much more and play games. So I'd rather, if you're asking me if I'd rather buy a new PC or an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, that new PC would look that new PC would be more tempting. The Switch is always going to sell, though. That's the thing. The Switch is a great platform and sells a lot of consoles, and everyone wants a Switch. It's because it's simple, it's easy to get a hold of. It's simple. You don't have to do a lot to game with a Switch. You put the cartridge in the Switch and you're gaming in less than 5 minutes. Why is that such a hard idea for someone like Xbox to do? For someone like Microsoft? Because like on an Xbox, I have to put the CD in, wait 2.5 hours around about for it to install it onto my Xbox, so I can play it without the CD and then play the game. But every time I want to play the game, I've still got to put the CD in to say that I legally have the game. But the CD is just a license saying, hey, I have the legal rights to this game, to play this game. That's all the CD represents to me at that point. But I'd rather just like game on the Switch, where I just put the cartridge into the Switch and I'm gaming. It took less than when I first got Animal Crossing on Switch. I was gaming in less than 5 minutes after I'd installed the day one patch. But after that, I was gaming in like immediately. You don't get that on Xbox, and you certainly don't get that on PlayStation. You have to wait for your games to install on its hard drive, which is sort of a waste of hard drive space. I get why they do it, but we still have CDs, and if you still buy physical, you don't really need to pre-install my games on your hard drive. The hard drive could be for what it is: save files. I know it seems like that's a rant or some, but it's honestly how I feel about how Xbox and Sony are going. That's all it is. That's how I feel. And that's how an old school gamer like me wants to game. Because I am an old school gamer. I come from the era of you put a CD in and you're gaming. You put a cartridge in and you're gaming. I come from that era. I don't come from the era of, digital downloads and stuff like that, and waiting for good internet and stuff like that. I come from the era of you put the game in and you're gaming. Simple, easy, fast. And I get it's probably faster once the game is preloaded onto the hard drive. But for that first time when you just bought that new game, you don't really care about that. You just want to play that new game. What do you guys think? Are you more of a all digital person, you are a physical person? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think all digital is the future. I don't want to say it is. But we do have to think about it. It is the future. They are too big for Switch games these days. Because of one simple reason. We had something that used to belong with the games that made us have to, buy those big things there. It's called a manual. We don't have that anymore. It doesn't exist. It's the one thing I miss more than anything is sort of the manual. Because back when I was a kid, I used to read those things. When I wasn't gaming, I used to read manuals so I could be better at games and learn the controls. Now what do I do to learn controls? I mean, okay, with the games like the Sega Ages collection, that makes sense, but that is digital only. That makes sense to do digital fair, because that is a game that is only available via digital. And a very good game at that, you know. There's a load of very good games as part of the Sega Ages collection. Sadly, the Sega Ages collection is coming to an end now. But Sega has said they are going to do something like it. They're going to continue doing stuff like it. So there will sort of be a Sega Ages sort of thing. I'd like them to do more Dreamcast games though, as part of the Sega Ages collection, because you know Jet Set Radio would be really cool to have. The Dreamcast version of Echo the Dolphin is amazing. Crazy Taxi. I would love a new version of Crazy Taxi, a port of Crazy Taxi to come out. I love Crazy Taxi. You know, one of my favourite GameCube games is Simpsons Road Rage. I love Simpsons Road Rage. And because of that, I also love Crazy Taxi. Because, you know, Crazy Taxi was the original. That is a Graplock. Oh. That's actually kind of a scary Pokemon, because most of the problem with most of these farmyard animals is we're mostly normal types. So a Graplock is actually a scary Pokemon. Graplock's killed a few of my Pokemon in games. Like, you know, Ash knows how dangerous Graplock is now, thanks to B's Graplock. Graplock is scary. I do not like Graplock. And by the way, yesterday was Ash Ketchum Day. It was the national day to celebrate probably one of the worst trainers in Pokemon history. I think even Ash Ketchum Day was trending on Twitter for a bit last night. So, you know, Ash Ketchum Day is a thing. Ash Ketchum Day becomes a thing. I mean, Ash Ketchum Day would have been a great day to, I don't know, release the day that we're supposed to be getting this new Pokemon movie coming out. You know, the one that's got There's a poke. Yes, you can show that content. Yes, that's a fine content. Oh, it's a fine comment, Phil. It doesn't. That's fine. It's a fine comment for people to say Ash was kind of a dumbass in that fight. He was. I will admit, he was kind of a dumbass in that fight. I would have not... If I had... you know, if I had to choose... If I was Ash and I chose I would have not chosen Riolu. And I definitely wouldn't have chosen Pikachu either. The two I would have gone for that fight would have been Dragonite and his Gengar. Those are the two I would have gone with for that fight. Because those are his two best Pokemon from this series. And they're awesome. And he should be using them every time that he has a fight, because they're so good. They are the things he needs to be using more often. He still should be using his... Okay, fine. He shouldn't be... He didn't use his Pikachu. He used his Far... Again, I would still say that I would use Gengar and Dragonite. Those are my two Pokemon that I would use for this fight. Because those two are the best for this fight. You know... Octolok can't be used on a Gengar because it's a fighting type move. And Gengar is a ghost type. And Gengar can put things to sleep and use Dream Eater. And that would deal with Graplock very, very easily. And Dragonite knows flying type moves. So again, deals with Graplock very, very easily. So I would use Dragonite and Gengar. I think its anime logic has got better over the seasons. It's not where it should be, but it's got better. Ash is a better trainer this season than he's been in previous seasons. I still believe that to this day. I also still believe that Ash is taking a more Brock role than his regular Ash role, which has been fulfilled by Go these days. I'm not sure what is because I watched the game, because I watch it in Japanese. I barely know what moves he's using all the time. I barely know any of the moves he's using because I'm watching it in Japanese. I mean, Go really just, Go doesn't really, fight a lot. He just catches things. So he's only used two... We've only seen him use two moves on his Gengar. Psychic and Nightshade, okay. I mean, I thought it's used Shadow Ball at least once. I mean, yeah, there's a good move. Hurricane. That's a great move if you can get it to work right. It's a great move. Oh, okay. I think I finally actually have an appropriate Pokemon for this. Oh, so it also knows Shadow Ball and Ice Punch. Okay. That would make more sense. Yeah. But I think I've seen it use Ice Punch a few times. It was popular for a time, Phil. It's not as popular now. Oh, but it was popular for a time. I mean, Community Raid Hour is this Sunday. No, not Community Raid Hour. Sorry, Community Day is this Sunday, and I will be going. And I will be going to the park. I might be going to the park, wearing a mask, but going to the park to go and do Community Day because it's Porygon Day. So I might do that this week, this weekend, because that's Community Day. And it's also, and I'll do some research tasks and catch some Porygon, get my Sinnoh Stones so I can get a Porygon Z and stuff like that. I've only tried battling on Go like once, and I didn't like it, and I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of battling on Go. I think I tried it once when they had the Team Go Rocket event. I don't like battling in Go. It's not fun. I don't like being near people too, but I don't like being near people when we're not dealing with the current climate. You know, I'm shy. I don't like dealing with people. I'd prefer not to deal with people, but that's just the way it is. As society, we have to deal with people. And I would prefer not to have to deal with people, you know, even before the current global climate. So, you know, dealing with people is just a fact of life. I want to say this right now. The week of the 28th, I might be pre-recording videos. So that's not this week. That's the week after next. There's something very important going on in my life, so I probably will be pre-recording the entire week's videos ahead of time for that week. I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can. I'm going to court. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to court. That is what I'm having to deal with. I am going to court. Not for any criminal crimes. I just want to mention that. It's a tribunal for my disability benefits. So. And it is that week is the week that I am going to court. Joe has not been Joe has not done any criminal things. So don't worry about that. Joe has not done any criminal things. Joe cannot go to jail. But I will be going to court. I will be in a court. I won't be in a courtroom, but I will be in a call with a judge and some jury and other stuff like that. But I won't be like in an actual courtroom because, you know, the current global climate. I can't be in a courtroom. To fight my case for my disabled benefits. But that's what I will be doing that week. I will be fighting my case for my disabled benefits and making sure that I keep my disabled benefits. Or possibly get more. And I'll be focusing on that more than I would be focusing on videos. If that was a possibility, I would love that. Because him and his Conservative government are the ones that bought this in, bought PIP in, and basically made it almost impossible for people to gain PIP right off the bat. So they have to go through this court process to get PIP. So if I could sue Bojo, I would sue Bojo. But no, I'm not suing Bojo. I'm suing, if anything, my case is against the DWP, the Department of Works and Pensions, and whoever the boss of that department is these days. That's who my case is against. So whoever Work and Pension Secretary is, that's who I'm fighting. I don't know who Work and Pension Secretary is these days. I barely keep an eye on what's going on in politics. So I have no idea who Work and Pension Secretary is. But that's the guy. That's the person I am fighting. That's the guy or girl that I am fighting in the courts. On a normal day, I would probably say I'm going to win. But we will wait and see, because these are not normal times. But yeah, that is what I will be doing week of the 28th. So expect pre-recorded videos or lack of videos on that week, because I will not be focusing on my channel. I will be focusing on the court case. Right, I think this is the last raid of the restrictions. If you want to, you can use anything you want from this point onwards. I think most people have been using whatever they want from this point throughout the entire thing, but you know, that's just how it's been. I'd actually like to catch this, because I don't think I have a Mincharo. So it would be nice to catch this one, because it's a 5-star. So it should be it should have really good. It should have a really good set in EV spread. So I would like to catch this one. You can have ducks on a farm. Ducks exist on a farm. Let's not get political. Let's try not to get political here on the on. Let's try not to get political on the stream here, Phil, please. You know, not everyone understands politics. I barely understand politics. I understand it enough for when I need to do... Oh, there goes my Lapuni. My Lapuni. Yeah, I understand it as much as I can, but like I'd prefer not to understand it. Also, talking politics does cause arguments, yes. Even if most of us all agree that the current government is doing a really bad job at doing politics, it does cause a lot of arguments. So let's keep away from the political speak. 1 PM today there's a PlayStation event. Tomorrow there's a Nintendo Switch mini partner, a Nintendo Direct partner, a Nintendo Direct mini partner showcase. God damn it! How hard is it to say that? Yeah, I cheered on my side because someone killed my Lapuni. You may all use special moves and they may all do more damage. Please let me use my Lapuni again. Phil gets to use Eggy. There we go. Ultra Ball, go! Yeah, we gotta have someone running the country, but, you know. There we go. I caught the Mancharo. I must have a Mincharo because I didn't get the Dex entry, so I must have a Mincharo. But this must be a good Mincharo too. So this has probably got a good IV spread. We'll do like 2 more raids today. So we'll do this one, which is a Purple Beam Scrafty raid. And then we'll do 1 more after this. I'm going to bring Adam Cole. There, I will bring Adam Cole to the Scrafty raid. And then we're going to do 2 more raids, and I'm going to go and edit today's video and get it ready to come out, and we'll see what happens from there. I may have a beer and watch a bit of Dave Gorman. like I do normally after raid day, and play Animal Crossing. One more slot to fill in this raid, and then we'll get on to our last raid. And just because community raid day, community raid hour for me is ending, doesn't mean community raid hour is ending for anyone else. There are still a couple of people who are streaming community raid hours. I would probably suggest, if I was to suggest one of them to you, I would go with Songbird 2313 on Twitch. She is a very good community raid. She's a very good streamer, and if you want to stream, if you want to, raid, she would probably be someone I would go and raid with, since I'm no longer streaming raids for the moment in time. Hell, that's probably where I will be next week, following her theme, and still raiding. So that is, I will link her channel in the chat, and you can go and hit the follow button and stuff like that. But I think that's who you should be That's who you should raid with from next week onwards. Her name is Songbird 2313 on Twitch. She's very good. I've been to her streams like once or twice. I do follow her, so. And she's like the only person who, other than me, who is doing community raid hour. I think there's a German guy as well, who does community raid hour, but he's in his streams are in German, so if you want to try that, that's perfectly fine, but you'd have to try and understand him somehow. But other than that, it's just us three that are doing community raid hour at this moment in time. And when I stop, it'll be 2. But we will do other streams. And we will probably do a season 2 of Community Raid Hour when Lockdown 2 happens, and we may even do special Community Raid Hour events every now and then too. Like, for example, I would love to do a Raid Day close to Christmas stream where we only use Delibird. That's the rule. We only are allowed to use Delibird because it's Christmas. And it's not a Christianity thing. It's just the fact that Pokemon represents Santa. So I'd love to do a stream where we do that closer to Christmas. It gets some good egg moves. If you're willing to breed, it gets some good egg moves, and you can teach it decent TMs and stuff like that. So it's not a horrible Pokemon. It just, that's all it gets by level up is that. This is our final raid today, so let me put that in the chat. Let me learn how to spell. Still learning. There. Learned. Oh. Really? My final raid is a Scraggy? Okay. I was kind of hoping for something more. I was kind of hoping for something more. But this'll do. So there you go. Raid with that link. Raid with Songbird. That's what I say for next week onwards. But she's a very good streamer, and you'll have a lot more fun with her than you would with me raiding. Although this has been an amazing, this has been really fun. I've really enjoyed doing Community Raid Hour, and I would love to do more in eventually down the line. I will miss it too, Phil. I will miss it too. For the last time, I will throw my netball and catch this Scraggy, hopefully. Yay, I caught the Scraggy. Oh, this is my first time catching a Scraggy. I haven't had a Scraggy. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to end today's stream here. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. I know this is the last Community Raid Hour we are doing this current season, but we will still be doing some live streams down the line. There will be a Pokemon Couch live Nuzlocke coming October 11th, and every Sunday night from then onwards, we will be doing the Pokemon Christmas Wonder Sleep Lock. That will be a thing. We have Pokemon Royal version, and of course Pokemon Soul Silver Metroid Lock as well. So there's many different videos and live streams coming in the near future and on the channel already. But until next time, I am LanturnJoe. Me to the Pokemon get to Lazar. Everybody get Pokemon. And Awooga! Good night. I wanted to do that one last time. I never get to do it anymore, so I just wanted to do my Sword and Shield goodbye one last time. Sorry about that.